Hey family, Dad here. Hope you're having a great day. On this video, I just wanted to talk about my weight loss journey. I lost 65 pounds the hard way, and it wasn't with any GLP-1s, any hard crash diets, any yo-yo diets, or any surgery. So back in 2005, 2006, I was going through a divorce. I had no job. I had two babies at the time, and I was roughly about 225, 230 pounds at the age of 30. Now I'm only about 5'8", 5'9", so that was definitely the heaviest I've ever been in my life. I did work out. I played sports, all throughout grade school and then in college. And then post-college, I did work out a little bit. Slowly, as I started working 50, 60 hours a week, sedentary life kicked in and eating crap, getting married, having kids. Next thing I know, I'm 30 and I'm 225, 230 pounds. Now for reference, typically in college, I was roughly about 170, 180 pounds. So it was definitely the lowest I've been mentally and physically. After I went through the divorce and then when I got a job, I decided for myself that I needed to make a change, and I made that commitment. I needed to change my lifestyle. I wanted to be consistently active, eat better for the long term, not for the short term, not for 3 months, and then go back to my terrible eating, sedentary lifestyle, but I wanted to do this indefinitely. Now, back in 2005, I did end up starting to work with a trainer. She was pretty young, but one thing that I learned from my personal training experience was that she was very knowledgeable in a little bit of nutrition and as well strength work. And I think those are the two big things that I was able to learn during my time with a personal trainer. I was put on a restricted diet of roughly about 2,000 to 2,400 calories a day. Now, I didn't obsess with measuring my food, but I did look on the back of the nutritional contents and nutritional values of everything that I ate and just kind of eyeballed it. But I wouldn't go extreme. Like I wouldn't go 3,500 calories one day and then, 1,500 calories the next day. I would stay consistent roughly around, 22 to 2,400 calories per day. And I drink water. That was pretty much it. I drank water 99% of the time. Over the course of the year from 2005 to 2006, I lost the weight. Now, consistently working out helped as well, helped a tremendous amount. Now, growing up, I was always active, and then there was a brief couple-year period where I became sedentary. I went back to just being an active person again. I consistently worked out 5-6 days per week during that time. I did a lot of strength training, cardio, strength training about 3 days a week, and then jumping on the treadmill or any cardio machine 2-3 times a week during that time. Now, it did take discipline, but life is the discipline. You need to be focused. You need to hit your goals. You need to set goals. You need to write them down. And one thing that my trainer did throughout that journey, weight loss journey, was the goal is to lose 1% of your body weight per week. That was the goal. And that's what I strive for every day. So if I was, at the beginning of 225, 230 pounds, 1% of that's like 2.5 pounds, or roughly about 2.3 pounds per week, which isn't a lot. Some people, they look at The Biggest Loser or they look at 600-Pound Life, and the expectation is they should be losing, the same amount of weight as The Biggest Loser or 600-Pound Life. Reality is that with The Biggest Loser, we're not working out 6 to 8 hours a day. That's just not realistic. We all have jobs. We all have lives. We don't have, round-the-clock personal trainers or health providers overlooking us at all times. It's on us at the end of the day. If you have a trainer, that's great, but majority of it, it's on you to make the right decisions, to be disciplined, and to stay focused. Now, most of us may have families as well, and it's hard. I get it. It's hard if the family's not committed in supporting you and bringing in the right foods and working out with you and all that. But, you have to take the initiative. You have to give yourself 30 minutes to work out. You have to focus on what foods you're going to intake. And there's a lot of things that are surrounding you, I'm sure, in the household where cookies, pizza, burgers, all that temptations are surrounding you because your family doesn't want to support you. But that's where the discipline comes in. With my two kids after the divorce, yeah, I would feed them, get them McDonald's and things like that. But in turn, I would make myself completely separate meal because I knew it was going to be a challenge, and it was. It takes a couple weeks to start a new habit, and that's what I did. After a couple weeks, after a month, it became the norm. If I was short on time, I needed to get something for my kids quickly, I would go get it, and then I would just stick with, chicken breasts, deli ham, cheese, or a quick salad. That was pretty much my routine over the course of the year. And over the course of time, as I talked about, 1% a week was the target goal of losing weight. I slowly started losing weight. My waistline was smaller. My strength and my conditioning got a lot better as well, to the point where I went from roughly 225 to 230 pounds at the beginning. In 1 year, I went down to roughly 160 pounds. Now, that's a lot of weight. But mind you, that was over a course of 12 months. So if you break it down, that's really only about 5-6 pounds per month. Now, there's probably a lot of people that would be disappointed in losing 5-6 pounds. If you do it consistently, you do it over a course of a year, that all adds up. And that's what happened to me. I went down to 160 pounds. Today, as we fast forward pretty much 20 years later, I have maintained it. I think I've gained a lot more muscle as well over time. I'm roughly about 180 pounds now, but I still consistently work out 4 to 6 times a week. I do CrossFit 2-3 times a week, and I jump on some sort of cardio machine 2-3 times a week. It's mainly running or riding a bike when it comes to the cardio part, but my workouts have changed as well since I'm 50 years old. I'm not trying to push as much weight as I can. I'm not trying to go as fast as I can. I focus more on mobility and stability when it comes to my workouts that I do today. Now, looking back, you really have to push yourself. You have to break barriers. You have to be disciplined. There's going to be these temptations. There's going to be a lot of challenges when you're working out, when you're making a lifestyle change. But once you break those barriers, once you're able to adjust to a new lifestyle, there's no looking back. To this day, I still drink water 99% of the time. I don't restrict myself on calories, but I'm a lot more mindful on the types of foods that I eat. I eat a lot of fruits, vegetables. Protein is a focus as well. Oatmeal is something I eat every day. Berries, eggs. And it didn't happen overnight, right? It was just consistently making adjustments and challenging myself on trying new foods and seeing if I like them or not. And looking back, you really have to push yourself hard. You do have to break barriers. If you did 10 minutes on the treadmill when you're starting out one day, shoot for 12 the next time that you're on the treadmill. And you really got to sweat. You really got to get the heart rate going. You really got to start breathing heavy, because that's where it pays off. Now, it may be uncomfortable at first, but over time, you'll get used to it and you'll get to enjoy what that feels like. Now, today, diet still continues to be a challenge. Granted, I do eat a lot more fruits and vegetables and leaner proteins. I can work out and drink water all the time. That's not a challenge for me. Eating better has always been an uphill challenge for me. Sugar is my weakness. I admit I eat a lot more sugar probably than the average person, and I need to be better on that. But eating better, being more conscious about what I put in my body is an uphill battle, but I'm glad I'm still continuing on the challenge. So tell me your thoughts. What does your lifestyle look like? Are you active? Have you lost weight? Comment, like, subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. So that's all I got. I'll see you all at the next video.